journalist, basically by profession, and although I am leading a retired life at the age of superannuation, still I am active, and I am writing for different newspapers, where I worked as honorary correspondent at Dhaka for a very short period of time.
So my house was on this corner, and Sheikh Saab's house was on the other corner. Maje ekta mart chilo, football mart. Then after the fall of Dhaka, Sheikh Saab came to my office.
Really? Wow.
Really, this is an honor for me, really. And I told you, my pran is there. Amar Gaya. In English, my soul is in Bangladesh. The Bengal majority was Muslim majority. If you take the whole of Bengal, East Bengal and West Bengal together, the Muslim population was bigger than the Hindu population, even today. Similarly, Punjab, where Muslim population were more, Punjab was supposed to be a separate country or province, whatever you call it. And of course, Pakistan. There's a book called Freedom at Midnight. If you don't have the book, I will buy for you. You read the book. Mountbatten called a meeting with Nehru and Jinnah. I said, Mr. Jinnah, I have decided to partition India, and you have to say yes or no today. So Jinnah said, look, I cannot decide today because I have to go back to my committee members, discuss with them, and then only I can say whether partition of India is acceptable or not. This is true. Then Mountbatten called a meeting again. But what happened? That from England, a gentleman came, Lord Cliff. The famous history, Cliff Award. And Cliff sat down with a map of India. He took a pencil and says, this is West Pakistan, this is East Pakistan, and rest is India. Like that. Can you divide country like that?
Yeah. No.
Bangladesh was created for the same reason for which Pakistan was created. Pakistan was created because of the fear of majority. The British were going, the democracy was to be introduced, and as a result, see, the Muslims, they were scared, or they apprehended that the Hindus might always be in majority and they will be crushing us. So they were looking for some sort of protection against them. Same thing happened in, Pakistan. Although the people of East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, they were in the majority, they were 56%. But somehow or the other, the power center, it shifted to West Pakistan. All the parameters of power, they shifted to, or they were already there, whatever the reason was. So they apprehended that with the passage of time, you see, they might be the losers. So they tried to make adjustments, and there were, many good adjustments. There was a good understanding until 1958. When the politics was going on, there was a great turmoil, of course, because in a newly born country, anything may happen. But still, there was a very fast development, things were taking shape, and they were taking, some solid political shape. When suddenly in 1958, the intervention by the army changed the whole pattern.
If I am allowed to say, sitting in Pakistan, I would say it was the Pakistani leadership, Bhutto, Yahya Khan and the military, who forced the Bengali community to separate from us. They did it. If you go back into the history, if you go to the library for research, you will find that Sheikh Mujib's trial was done in a military court in Agartala, after Agartala, first Agartala. Then he was brought from Dhaka as a traitor and separator and whatever you call it. And he told the military court, I said, look, why do you try me in military court? Why not open court? Let the public hear.
In the military rule, there was a lot of oppression, you see, of the people of East Pakistan, which also resulted, you see, into reactions. And at that time, although East Pakistan did not have much of the industry and other things, but it was the biggest foreign exchange earner through jute. Now that foreign exchange was not justly spent in East Pakistan. Most part of it was spent in West Pakistan because the power center was here. So this sense of deprivation and non-participation, it improved with the passage of time, and there were so many factors all adding to it. The Muslim League was born in Dhaka in 1906.
Yeah.
And you see, they had no prejudice and they had no bias against anybody. And they proved it by offering their seats to many people from Punjab, and many of those people like Liaquat Ali Khan was elected from Dhaka to the Legislative Assembly, Shabir Ahmad Usmani, and there are many people, you see, and no one from Bengal was elected from any other seat, from anywhere else. So this showed their, you see, so it is they who created, and then it is they who felt deprived, and ultimately when there was no room left for conversation, for communication, for which they waited up to the last moment. They were expecting something good from Yahya Khan. They thought that he will, you see, accommodate them politically. But then when Yahya Khan was also swept away.
In the morning, about 10:30, some young boys came.
25 months.
26 months.
26 months.
Because sir, my brother is lying dead on the street and nobody is allowed to touch the dead body. So I said, what exactly do you want? He said, I want to bring him in your house, give him a bath and kafan and all that stuff. And I said, no problem, open the gate. So when the fall of Dhaka happened, all those guys whom I helped, they came to our house and they said that if anybody looks at this house, we'll shoot him. Mukti Bhai.
But on 26th of March, we were all taken aback, you see, when we saw that the army had started its operation like some foreign army, you see, on the soil. They exhibited the formula of rule by terror. They started beating up people, you see, and they started, you see, all the big buildings, you see, they were put on fire. And for 3 days I saw the city burning. That I can never forget. So when we came back, we found a lot of ruins. The markets were ruined, and many big buildings were ruined because army was recapturing the city. So Mukti Baini was not an army, in fact.
No.
It
was local people.
Yeah, it was all students, mostly students.
Yes.
Many of my classmates, you see, farmers,
Yes.
they were common people. They did not know how to fight. Basically lies with the military rulers of Pakistan, and there is no doubt about it now anymore after, you see, so much time has passed and the history has been written. And they were protecting the ruling class, the bureaucracy and the army, you see. The way they treated the people of East Pakistan, And because of, you see, political process not going on, they were not in a position to communicate with the people in West Pakistan.
It was a mistake of Jinnah. Why? I tell you why. Jinnah was in Chittagong, and I don't know why he did that. He should not have done it. He said the national language of Pakistan will be Urdu. He should have said the national language of Pakistan should be Urdu and Bengali together.
Evidence or document that you can say of whatever was going on at that time in Rajshahi, and then when we went to India, what went on over there. It is an everyday account. It shows how the army was fighting. It shows how the Murti Bahini was fighting. It shows what the reaction of the people were.
I don't blame only Bengalis. I do blame the Biharis also, who were mistreating the Bengalis. Insulting, mistreatment. The frustration built up. I could not understand how can human being be so brutal to each other. How?
So as independent entities, they can develop better relations with each other as compared to being under, you see, one flag. They can always develop good relations.
If you read the history, the famous British and French war, sea war, where the British won the war. Today, German, British, France, Italians, Greek, Spain, Portugal, and I don't know how many countries. They have 37 countries, European Union. Different language, different culture. Why could not Muslim and Hindus live together? Why not? Politicians. Simple politicians and British foxy business. They are right side of Silo, that's from Silo.